Merhaba arkadaşlar, kanalıma hoş geldiniz. Bugün Divinity Original Sin 2 oynayacağız.
I'll yield to none.
Meet your maker.
Glory is mine.
Meet your maker.
Try again.
Prepare your... Try again.
I'm ready.
try again.
Prepare yourself.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
So it wasn't a dream after all. Oh, I don't even remember them strapping me down. Oh, I don't even remember them strapping me down. Oh, I don't even remember them strapping me down. Die. Afraid to food.
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
You there. Come here. Hey. Hey. Get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think. Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of, just dragged me down here. A gentleman among jesters, you are. Give that...
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring Magister mumbles himself awake. One...
Is my shift out? Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face. Those idiots can't even walk straight without mucking it up. Can't just leave the prisoner alone, though. I heard he might be the one causing trouble upstairs. If it's all the same, I think it's best he comes with me. Can't just leave the prisoner alone, though. I heard he might be... If it's all the same, I think it's best he comes with me. Some offence intended. Can't just leave the prisoner alone, though. I heard he might be the one causing trouble up... If it's all the same... Damn. If it's not one thing, it's another. And no way I can trust that... What in the... What in Lucian's name? Oh, I should have known there'd be trouble.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his eyes rest on yours.
Ah, freedom. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lad.
Empty. Empty.
Not the most elegant solution, was it? And I'm back where I started. Ah, nowhere to go but up. Rubbish.
No marks, no indications of strength. Oh, I don't even remember them strapping me down.
Empty.
Now, where did I leave my calipers?
There you are.
Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. No. You're alive, and you're having a conversation.
Index fingers pressed to her lips. She pauses a moment.
My word. You do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wit. A new life awaits. And if you're a
She frowns and peers at you closely, resting the back of one hand on your forehead and taking...
Delusions such as these are rare, but not unheard of. I recommend a cup of mulled wine and why for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens. Oh, do go on. I won't hold it against you. My, aren't we a meek little lamb? So let's just leave it on, shall we? For your own peace of mind.
Good gods. There's been a murder here.
But who?
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. Aren't you enterprising? I'll go ahead. She with...
A young Magister stands pale. The pale young woman doesn't acknowledge you.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this. Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of...
She looks up at you with a...
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Think about it. It's one of you who's your real. You let me know if you hear anything. No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others. It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural. Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here?
Now, where did I leave my calipers?
hatch is blocked. The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
Why won't you sing?
A no doesn't become a yes over time, you know.
You're a human, like me. That means we're friends already. My mum told me not to make friends with lizards and elves and dwarves and...
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
Be careful! Do you know Losa? She's a really good singer.
Kill our own. They're picking us off one
You
by
look
one.
like my daddy. His name...
Ah, there you are. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical. How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de P. What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flat.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? You presume right. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. You take care, though. Nope, trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her as quickly as they came. The clouds clear. She smiles.
Good luck, Chief.
It was one of them. I know it.
You put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
That knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think
Mad? Then suffer him on.
what are you trying to hear anyway?
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling die, deciding fates. Don't worry, honey. It isn't your...
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile.
Never say never, though.
She eyes you quite serious.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together. Of course it is. But don't you worry, darling. I don't lick.
The woman keeps rolling her...
One of us won't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but...
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
He turns his head toward you, looking you...
You look like a boy. Listen, if you're interested. Or get gone if you aren't.
Till overboiling a bit of cabbage becomes a crime.
The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
The fellow cocks his ear.
That isn't...
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
Anticipation. She senses something. That's all you hear, though. Listen close. There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news. It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy. No indeed, boy.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
He continues stroking his beard.
If you'll be pardoning me, I'll...
You one of them? A Divine Order loyal?
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with him.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this state.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook? Ah, music. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor? Yes, I can tell from your vagabond chic. A bag is as on then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after. The very basics. So, 3 questions are, as per your own testimony, you can cook and groom, but you have the fashion sense of a monkey in a clown suit. Still, beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you should probably come to terms with the fact that you've half a mind, full stop. Rein in your impertinence, will you? Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we...
Right over the side.
When I want you to attend me, I'll whistle.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to... Meanwhile, the
Put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from... no. The dead man. Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without...
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with...
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy. I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise that... Wonder if we'll get to meet the Ringmaster himself. Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic...
What are you conspiring about over there?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible.
Away with you. At once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall. Ifan raises his eyebrows, but shakes...
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
It was one of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own.
Didn't make...
They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me mad?
If you'll be pardoning me.
Name? The Divine Order wants to... Well, you aren't here on my list. Scrammy. But...
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning you. He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle. Finally, he pinches your skin.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
What purpose did that? Oh dear. I seem to have... You have my apology. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once. I do not believe I've been drawn anywhere. It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Oh, please. I have no interest. No. I want to know about the Celestial. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind? Of course. Now, please, run along. I have a...
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take...
Do you mind?
Your Majesty.
Here to register, sir. Good, good. Magister, you faring okay so far?
He tugs the collar.
Sorry, you head on in now. Williams will get...
Keep those bolts trained on her. And if she tries...
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by...
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the...
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God! The woman, you there! Sorcerer! Go and fetch Magister Siwan! We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
By all means, do as the officer says. But you had better...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with...
Precisely.
What's happened? Damn thing won't come off. Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick! Damn, that doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards!
Thank the gods!
He eyes the collar circling your neck.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't.
He whispers loudly to the other.
Don't just cower there, Rix. Take out.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand. The Magisters look to each other, then back to...
Your lies, Ed.
Rix looks to his companion, who then looks to you. They drop...
Go on, then. What will happen? You need to find a...
Bishop Alexander, if Lucian were alive, what would he think of his son's divine order?
Great gods! Something's pounding on the hull!
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely... The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia.
No. What damn fools. It catches fire. It turns into must when wet. It cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so...
The skeleton looks up and...
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back.
I know your god did not gift you with much. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like... No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff. Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over.
The skeleton holds up his book.
I am trying to... And I will be damned if I let the lives of some mayflower... Go on, go. Swim or drown or do whatever take... Please, my time...
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old story.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes.
Said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you. There's a ladder right over.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear? Had you open your big mouth, didn't you?
You should never leave someone behind.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding.
It won't come off. Still up the ladder. Wait! Void Woken!
Beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
Let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph.
I've faced worse.
Let's not tarry. Tub is about to burst.
I hear something. Sounds like she needs help.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. Magister Siwan reaches out to you. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches something within the ship, snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly.
This is it.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems someone, something, wanted me alive. I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Why? I guess. Well, the people who put me here are human, and the people who took... Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than inside. They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home. But you didn't die. Guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary. There isn't anywhere safer. You'll see.
This statue must be 1,000 years old. Wonder how much longer it'll last.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They've made it to shore.
These bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
The squirrel looks at you in shock. Are you sure you want to chase him away? The squirrel turns his nose up at you and turns away. But his cat seems... The squirrel looks at you in shock. The squirrel turns his nose up at you and turns away. You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady mouth. Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hole. You have my...
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned... Now then, if there's nothing further... I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Memories. Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. Of course, it's rather specific. Quite obviously, I'm musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being...
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? Oh, may the Seven have mercy on the... I am the Red Prince. The all-con... Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his...
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and the grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. This and that. Tag along. On the other hand, I really could do with a dog's body. And you've already... Fine. On one for reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? So, now that that's settled, even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Wizardry is embedded in my nature as deeply as the instincts to breathe and drink and mate. The dominion over fire suits me best, truth be told, but there is no school of magic I cannot master. Very well. Onwards then to
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include your majesty, your royal highness. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us... Yes. Is it an audience you desire? I intend to rule an empire one day, not a tiny outcrop. To that end, I suggest we focus on the obvious. Of course, I'd much appreciate it if we managed to find a dreamer first. As am I. A prince should die of old age or on the battlefield. That said, I've the distinct feeling I wasn't meant to die today. For despite your... there was something in the water. A voice made of air that soothed my flooding lungs. Truly, how intriguing. Still, Are you a religious person? A pity. Religious persons tend to be all too self-important in their supposed humility. As for myself, I perform the... After all, when one is revered by many as a living god oneself, public deprecation would be needlessly self-important as well, wouldn't you say? There was a small incident which prompted my many rivals to move against me. Such a nuisance, the law. Quite necessary to keep the common in line, of course, but one such as myself... What I meant was that, sadly, that enlightened point of view quite clearly turned out to be academic. I hardly know you as yet. Let's leave some mystery in the relationship, shall we? There isn't much to say. It's the portent of it all. I can feel it. The revelation will be world-changing. And justified it is too. As certain as the sun, such is my conviction.
Some would see this as an omen.
The cat's eyes are clouded, its eyes clear.
found something. I need to dig here.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
Hey, mister. I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Adults always want to talk. One, two, long dead of the crew. 3, 4, put your shells on the shore.
Please.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent, you—
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us, Alice.
Yes, your holiness?
I believe we're done here.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
The lizard magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
saw 'em, didn't you? The Hammer and Alexander. They gave that scaly traitor what for, they did. Proud to serve for the good of humankind. Without us, Rivellon's off to the void in a handbasket. Bishop's the son of the dead divine. Don't know when we'll get a new one, but Alexander's looking after us in the meantime. And the Hammer's a solid sort. Don't take no guff and don't stand for no idling. Earned that name for a reason, when you give up the darkness that's inside you. They're working on a cure during the time of Lucian, of course. Who wouldn't join up with God himself when we lost him? Well, it only made sense to see his will through. Can't for certain, but I reckon when God himself gives his life to protect you, you don't waste the gift. You protect it with everything you've... So that's what we do. Lucian gave his life to protect Rivellon. Fort Joy ain't no summer camp.
Did you see him? You did, right? Those claws. That, Magister, that was Bishop Alexander, leader of the Divine Order, and his right hand, Dallas. How do you not know this? If you doubt Alexander, Pipsqueak, you haven't seen... Now, why don't you move along?
Did you see them, sir? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself, they were so close, almost within arm's reach. They were just there. The bishop's much taller than I'd imagined. Come on then, Lexi. Pay up.
This is not your business, Long Pig.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like this one. Griff already knows she don't like to pay her fair share.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff, especially not one of you.
Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your...
Ah, get out of here.
The elf smiles and...
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
A little reprieve from the din outside.
Thank you for your help with that, thug. Rare is the human who goes against their own for an elf.
She bows.
I hear of no escapes. The only way out is through. Through the Magisters, through their cure. Thugs I can stand, but I fear the Magisters. In this cave, we trust the healer. She is young, but she sees. She knows more than we know. In the camp, the brute Griff rules. He who gives the bread has the power. It gives me great pain. I'm with my family. We are making beautiful magic. We are healing a tree cut down with great violence. The Magisters come. My family runs, but I thought... Wait, before you go, I am not here without your help. I do not forget this.
For you, a prize. I save it for a special occasion, but I can think of... Thank you.
You're too slow!
Wait, I call a timeout.
Got you! I got you!
You can't get me. I magicked you. You're dead.
I feel him, but I do not see him.
Whoever kills the other is the boss!
Wait, I call a timeout.
I feel him, but I do not see him.
You're too slow!
Wait, I call a timeout.
I know they help.
Wait, I call a timeout.
I know they help.
Wait, I call a timeout.
Got you! I got you!
You can't get me.
Whoever kills the other is the boss!
You're cheating.
I feel him, but I do not see him.
Whoever kills the other is the boss!
I magicked you. You're dead.
I feel him, but I do not see him.
You're cheating.
No one tells me there are so many children in this Fort Joy. You can't stay in this cave a while longer.
I feel him, but I...
The young girl's eyes are covered, but she turns towards you when you approach. She's...
Ah, hello. I see you come a long way. I see you come here seeking a great adventure. Do you find it?
She laughs and looks around as though taking in the scenery, though her eyes are still...
Many people to meet, many stones to turn. And there is a great joy here, as though the walls... Even if we are here under unhappy circumstances, still I feel it. I see it before my eyes. It is not so bad. I know which days you do. Your life is not your own. Your life is for us all. I cannot...
Her eyebrows...
There can be a way. Amiro knows. But he is gone. Do you see him? He knows my protector, my friend. An elf like me, with a spirit bright as new leaves. He is caught by those who hurt him. I wish so much for his return. And he tells you what you seek. A way out. I know I can trust. I see something that helps. I see a lizard. He is a lizard of many dreams, of far feeling. You do? Yes, please ask. Oh, I do not cover my eyes. I cover the place they used to be. They are gone now. It is safer here. We make no trouble for Griff. My home is far. Your language gives me some trouble. We elves... Time, for us, is now. There is not then and when. I knew we must be here. I am not sure how much to explain. He is a very blind man. You understand when you meet him, after you...
Deplorable surrounding for an agreeable conversation.
You are in the wrong place, Pinky. Fear? Pity, perhaps. A blind wolf may lead the pack, but sooner or later they will all... If you shared in a heritage, but never mind that. If you need to suit up, I can offer you a...
The soldier tightens his grip on his spear and looks past you.
out my face, or I'll punch your lights out. Those bleeding fools think they run the place, but I showed them. Shut your... It's your ugly mug.
He smacks your hand away.
You're trying to kill me, ain't you? Get! Those bleeding fools think... Get your ugly mug out.
Frightfully busy at the moment, love. Haven't got any liquor on hand, have you? This fella could use a little comfort. Why, look at that. Just what I ordered. Poor fella over there crossed one of Griff's card sharks and got a club to the skull. Don't.
It's your ugly mug.
Come on, chap. Don't be uneasy.
Here you are. I wonder what keeps you. Tell me your tale. We are unfamiliar, yet familiar. So tell me. Tell me your... Start from the beginning. Start... I see. Now tell me more. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you find. I understand. Now tell me how your story ends. I see it in your shop. Take this rope. It is a gift. It is common, but it helps. It is nothing. Many fragments. Tides in and out and in again. Tides in and out and in again. Cowrie, cockle, clam. Tides in and out and in again. Tides in and out and in again.
The woman looks out on the gently lapping waves.
Haven't seen you around here before. Well, don't worry. You here alone?
She gives you...
You keep them friends of you. Not much in this world someone you love can't make better. It's nothing. If I haven't learned... Used to be, I had a family. Then they brought us here. I couldn't stop them from taking my boys from me when they did. Now I'm just waiting for him to call my name.
Her eyes...
Kind of you to ask. Stefan. He was my little one. Smart as a whip and no less wicked.
She talks for some time about birthdays. Joy radiates from her as she remembers.
What a gift to think of them. I'd like to give something to you too. A family recipe. Take care of yourself.
I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead. Them that pay the bills, of course. I'll be a rich... Time's up, Your Highness. Let's jump. It's stabbing time.
I need aid. None. Damn nuisance these assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really. Worms take you! Well, that was rather fun, wasn't it? I do find it ever so invigorating to cut a cutthroat's throat. Oh, one gets used to this kind of thing so quickly. I'll tell you what, though. Whomever all those bumblers they've sent...
on, yes.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered...
Eh? Oh, that. That won't be my first or last rope. Reckon I might have had a harder time of it without your help, though. Bravery on the high seas is... Now, if you look...
The dwarf spits into...
Bleeding nail must be...
You grab the plank and pull.
Oh, look at that.
He winks and flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glint...
For your trouble. No, but I'd hope...
He sucks a finger and holds it...
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
He gives you a wry look.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment. Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place. It's this.
He lifts an invisible...
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast. Well, there's a new one. Hawk of the high seas, eh? I like it. I'll tell you when... Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is not... Let's get down to brass tacks. Fight. I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown fond of crushing and casting. A battle mage, if you like. But there's not so important as team dynamics. So what'll it be? Then it's settled. Capital. Well, that's that sorted.
Vollechte wijn oder stam.
The dwarf slaps his knees and chest until a buoyant rhythm develops and begins to, well, not sing exactly, but chant.
They stole me boots and burned me hat, but beast of the sea will come asking for me. They locked me up with a pig and a rat. Oh, not bad for being off.
He bows to an almost comical depth.
Welcome to the job. Well, I wasn't feeling so welcome till now. You almost had me dancing. You got any more songs in you? This savage beast.
Well, I got a right good rebel whooper on hand, warning of the barbaric beast. The others, well, it ain't so respectful.
Gotta admit, I'm tired of hearing the shanties all singing my praises. Let's hear the royalist tune. I bet it dresses me down.
One royalist tune? Oh, Macca Smiles, bastard born, the man of life enraged him. A gnashing varmint he became, so Queen sought then to cage him. A pitiful sight is inadequate fight. The quivering lump sent out of Queen's sight. Marcus Miles, bastard born, the royal knights upstaged him.
Ha! I knew there'd be some good lines in there.
The Royal Guard. They'd sing this while wandering the hinterlands, looking for rebels in the shadows. It was some time ago, of course. Back when you were banished to the Isle of...
Beast looks to the ground for a moment, but just a moment. His
Those were the days, eh, chum? Well, I've got to get moving. Good to see a friendly face, though. Ain't too many wandering around this glum camp.
Oh, 10 bottles of mead. Oh. 1,000 pots of dust.